Cooks in America, Sunday night at 9 on Food Network.
What to do with halibut, aquavit, Chinese spinach, and chorizo? Let's see what Chef Stefan has cooked up for the judges.
So I did a grilled halibut with some long grain rice and a pepper, onion, and Chinese spinach stew, a chorizo and aquavit broth.
Your fish is cooked nicely, but it definitely is missing salt. And I always find it interesting when somebody chooses to cook rice in such a short amount of time. It's very, very challenging. And while the rice is just a tad under, I actually enjoy the texture a lot. It kind of has this nuttiness to it, and that's really, really nice.
Thank you.
I think halibut grilled always scares me because it really overcooks the exterior of the fish. But the cooking on it in the center was really nice, and the flavors you developed in the sauce are very good.
I'm enjoying the flavors, peppers, chorizo, rice, which I think is cooked just fine. But I think your biggest mistake in this dish was the presentation. I found it to be a clunky dish.
Chef Stefan, thank you. Next, Chef Steve.
I cooked today for you a fresh halibut stuffed with some chorizo and lemongrass, roasted potatoes on the side with some crispy chorizo and some sage, and the Chinese spinach and the yellow bell pepper sauce with aquavit.
I love that you put the chorizo inside and on the outside, showcasing it two different ways.
I love your fish. I think it's perfect. Just texture, everything.
Yeah, very nicely cooked.
The flavor you developed out of the potatoes as well, spectacular. Just delicious.
Thank you.
What I'm missing here, I feel like, is more sauce. I have more fish, I have more potatoes, I need more sauce.
Chef Steve, thank you. And finally, Chef Jamie.
I've done a pan-roasted halibut with a little ragu of Chinese spinach, chorizo, and a little steamed potato.
My fish is really nice and moist in the middle, and I think the one thing I'm missing is probably just some more seasoning. I would have loved a little bit more salt.
I think this is the best execution of the Chinese spinach that we've had. I mean, it's spectacular.
Thank you.
But I think that your potatoes, although well-intended, are just really underdone.
Underdone?
Yeah.
I have to agree. The potatoes are a little underdone, but I don't think I've ever had a piece of halibut cooked this perfectly before. This is really
Thank you, sir.
So moist inside, and I think it's great.
Chef Jamie, thank you. Okay, it's going to take the judges a few minutes to make their decision. Please give them some time. Thank you.
I tried to do too much.
You did good. They loved the flavors. Yeah. And they liked everybody's fish. I mean, I don't think they really didn't like anything.
What I loved about this round was these chefs really gave us 3 different plates of food, but 3 really fantastic plates of food.
I thought the most love I saw in this round was Jamie and the way he cooked that fish. Jamie nailed it right on the head. Cooked the best piece of fish here today.
The thing about Jamie's dish that really shocks me, though, okay, yes, he did a beautiful job cooking the fish, but he undercooked potatoes.
Also, Jamie's dish really suffered from a lack of seasoning. It needed more salt. Stefan clearly has a great touch with flavor development.
Yeah, he really developed the flavors in that rice that he made. But I thought his fish was a little bit overcooked. He gave those hard grill marks, finished it off on the other side.
Yeah, you know, I agree. Also, I wish there were more of Chinese spinach, a little bit less of the rice on the plate.
He's a young chef, but I see a lot of promise with him. He's got ambition, he's got creativity.
I have to say that Steve gave me a piece of halibut. It was absolutely perfect. Also, I really did like Steve's potatoes. I mean, I could have eaten a giant plate of that stuff.
But I was a little disappointed with Steve, the amount of sauce he gave us on his plate. That pepper sauce was good, but that dish needed more sauce.
All these chefs really brought great plates, but they've all made some missteps and mistakes. So what was the most offensive?
Well, you have to chop somebody.
Yeah, we do.
Tough decision.
I think we got it, though.
Okay.
I tried to do too much at once, but I came here to not only go to pastry, but to go home with $10,000.
Winning isn't absolutely everything. It's the only thing.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block?
Brought to you by the all-new Kindle Paperwhite e-reader. Tomorrow night starting at 9 on Food Network.
Chefs, just when you're getting more comfortable in the chopped kitchen, somebody else has to go. So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Stefan, you've been chopped. Judges?
Stefan, it was a pleasure seeing you cook here today. And you were up against two very seasoned chefs next to you. And unfortunately, the fish was a little bit overcooked. And some of us found the dish clunky, and these are some of the reasons why we had to chop you.
Thank you all very, very, very much for having me.
I think you have a lot of talent for a young chef, so I look forward to having your food again someday.
Thank you very much. I was honored to be here. I feel like I'm making Jerry Hayden very proud today. A lot of people may underestimate me because of my age, but like wine, I'm just gonna get better with time.
Chef Jamie, Chef Steve, you have made it to the chopped dessert round. You ready to take this guy down?
Of course.
And you?
Absolutely. Sorry about that, but yes.
When I faced Jamie, I was like, oh my God, he really wants to kill me.
Please open your baskets. Check it out. Banana chips. Sugar cane. Almond butter. And umeboshi. 30 minutes on the clock. Time starts now.
My first idea was to prepare a dough for a pastry called sablé breton with crème anglaise and whipped cream. So I get some eggs, some flour, butter, and lime. To resist. To be executive chef is a lot of sacrifice. When I win this competition, I'm gonna take like 3 weeks vacation with my family. I really want to win.
I'm always afraid of a classically French trained chef. And there's a lot at stake today. $10,000 is nothing to sneeze at, but got a couple of tricks up my sleeve. What I'm thinking about making is a donut. They're also called bomboloni, where I can incorporate the almond butter. When you get a brush with mortality with the bypass surgery, you know, it motivates me absolutely every day, because every day can be my last day, so I gotta be the best I can be.
Judges, we have a dried fruit and a pickled fruit in the basket. Is this good news?
It could be. The only problem is the umeboshi is quite salty.
Ooh.
They're Japanese plums, pack them with salt, and they're sweet and they're sour all at the same time.
Yum. As soon as I tasted umeboshi, I felt it's perfect for a syrup for my bomboloni. And then the banana chips, I want to have that provide a little bit of texture, so I'm going to fold the banana chips into whipped cream as a garnish for the donuts.
Boy, Steve is really nurturing that dough.
He's got to get a move on. I mean, we're under 20 minutes here, and that's got to bake.
Finally, when I finish the dough, put it on the tray. I want it to bake slowly so it can pop up a little bit.
The one ingredient that I'm curious how they're going to use is the sugar cane.
It's mostly cultivated for the sap.
It's not something you could really ingest. So how do you get that sugars out of that? It's going to be tough.
I think I'm going to put the sugar cane in the milk for the crème anglaise. Usually, crème anglaise takes almost 10 minutes with a spatula, but I did not have any time. So I did like a crème anglaise very fast with a whisk.
It can be fire for that. I've really never worked with a great deal of sugarcane before, so I decide that I'm gonna take it and steep it with the umeboshi. Time to make the donuts. I'm making a tester of the donuts. It's a little soft, so I just sifted in a little bit more flour into the batter. They can be a real mess if they're gooey in the center. I need to not make any mistakes, like a raw dough. I definitely feel that my reputation is at stake. I want to bring that win back to my wife and kids in Atlanta.
And chefs, 5 minutes.
This is exciting. Here we have two kitchen veterans. One on the Italian side, one on the French side. I think there's a lot on the line for these two chefs.
You could just see the ferocity in Steve's face.
I go to the whipped cream and I put banana chips, almond butter, and some mint, try to whisk it correctly and put a nice volume on this cream.
And chefs, 2-minute warning.
I'm just waiting for the last 4 bomboloni to darken up. I started plating the ones that I had. I'm feeling pretty nervous. I just need to be flawless. Oops.
I need to plate right away. First, my crème anglaise. And I put some Japanese plum on top of the sablé. And I finish it with a whipped cream.
30 seconds.
As soon as the last 4 were ready, I popped them on the plate.
He's running. Where's he going?
I really want this dessert to be perfect. So at the last minute, what I find, rosemary. Wow, it's gonna make the last kick on this dessert.
Oh my goodness.
Better hurry.
All right, chefs, 30 minutes have just zoomed by 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Step back.
Well done, chefs. Awesome. Awesome.
How you going, brother?
Put my hands up and said, it's gonna work. I look at Jimmy's dish. It was like donuts. It is American to make donuts.
I'm staring down at my dish and I'm thinking, please God, let them be cooked all the way in the middle.
We did a stakeout. How can you come late every day to work? You're killing me.
Chef Jamie, Chef Steve. Banana chips, sugarcane, almond butter, and umeboshi. Those were the ingredients you had to try to make some sense of in your desserts. Chef Steve.
I made the umeboshi plume on top of the sablé breton with some whipped cream and almond butter and chips of banana.
It's very nice. I've never had a sablé that sort of had that rise, and it's really rich and delicious. The lime is nice, but lightens it up, kind of ties all those rich flavors together.
Having that umeboshi plum in that basket and being so salty, I was very worried about this dessert. And you put it on there just chopped up raw, but it was a perfect balance.
I gotta tell you, I agree with Mark. Such interesting balances of sweetnesses and saltiness. It's really, really spectacular. So, good stuff.
Thank you.
Last dessert, Chef Jamie.
I have made here a almond butter bomboloni, another word for a donut, with a banana chip whipped cream and umeboshi syrup with the sugar cane.
The texture on these donuts is ethereal. They're delicious.
Thank you.
You have also, I think, cracked the code in this umeboshi, getting the sweet and saltiness balance incredibly well done. This is another great dish. We are really lucky.
Yeah, it's been a good day.
It's a great balance of flavor. I mean, these bomboloni are so delicate. The interior of them are, I mean, I ripped them apart and kind of ate out the inside. But it's just delicious.
Usually it's a lot easier when one of you messes up dessert. But this, you guys are making it difficult for us.
Every dish will be considered now. Thank you.
Great job. Great job. It's gonna be a coin toss. They love both desserts. Yeah. Oh boy. The level of competition was tough, and now we wait.
Now we wait.
So those two chefs were so excellent today. I think we need to start by nitpicking through the flaws in their meals.
We saw Jamie make some great flavors in that appetizer.
That black radish salad was really delicious. But I think that the way Jamie cut the beef tongue, it was really inconsistent.
I'd say the one thing about Steve's dish that I absolutely loved was his fresh garbanzo beans and ricotta puree. It was really a creamy element to the dish.
But I think the big misstep was putting that anchovy around the plate like that. That's a big assertive flavor to get all at once.
And on the main courses, we have Jamie, who cooked, I think, the most perfect piece of halibut I've ever had. And that spinach was an absolute delight.
But then you had those undercooked potatoes.
The potatoes that Steve made were wonderful.
And the way he cooked them in that pot, I mean, it was nothing short than brilliant.
But we wanted more sauce.
And then on the desserts, I think Jamie's bomboloni dish was fantastic. The saltiness of the umeboshi plums really worked.
I really love just the introduction of lime to Steve's dish. It was sort of like this symphony in your mouth.
All right, as you know, judges, $10,000 goes to the chef who has won this thing.
It's really hard to tell. We're really having a tough time here splitting hairs.
You have to chop somebody. Do you know which one it is?
I think we do.
Here we go.
I really feel like I've put my heart and soul on 3 plates. I hope I win.
I don't know. These desserts look like amazing, and this fish was perfectly cooked, so if I win it, I'm gonna be very proud.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block?
Bummer.
Chef Jamie, you've been chopped. Judges?
Jamie, this was a really close competition, and we really had to split hairs. So we looked at the appetizer round. It boiled down to your lack of finesse in cutting up the beef tongue. In your main course, the problem was the undercooked potatoes, and these were some of the reasons why we had to chop you.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Good work. Congratulations. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I would have loved to win, but I've proven to myself that I'm still a valid force in the culinary world, and I'm just very proud of what I did today.
And that means, Chef Steve Benjamin, that you are the chopped champion. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And you might want to get a larger piggy bank, as we're sending you home with $10,000.
Wow, my daughter's gonna be proud of me, so thank you.
So what does it mean to you to be the chopped champion?
It was a tough one, but passion is make me alive. It's why I'm here, and I'm very proud today to be a chopped champion. Thank you very much. I came here to win, and if I won, I can't wait to return in Las Vegas and have a big smile. My daughter is gonna be very happy and proud of me.
4 chefs, 3 courses, only 1 chance to